Chapter 17. The monsters were never the enemy, they were the message. 1. The chimeric guardians and the winged descent, Hellenic hybrids. In the high mythology of Bulfinch and Ovid, monsters are the jagged edges of a world that is still being tamed. They are often hybrids, unnatural fusions of distinct species that represent the chaotic forces of the wilderness. The chimera, with its lion's head, goat's body, and serpent's tail, is the personification of elemental volcanic fire and raw, unbridled destruction. Its existence is a challenge to the hero's order. Conversely, the Pegasus, the winged stallion born from the blood of the decapitated Medusa, represents the transformation of horror into grace. Pegasus is the vehicle of the soul's aspiration, carrying heroes like Bellerophon to the heights of the gods. These creatures serve as spiritual benchmarks. The monster is the chaos we must slay, while the sacred animal is the divine power we must learn to ride. To the Greeks, the animal kingdom was a mirror of the human psyche, part beast, part divine. 2. The children of Loki, the architects of doom, Norse monstrosity. In the prose Edda, monsters are not mere obstacles but the inevitable agents of fate. The most terrifying are the offspring of Loki. The wolf Fenrir, whose growing jaws eventually touch both heaven and earth. And Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, whose coils encircle the entire world. These are not creatures of evil in a moral sense, but embodiments of the entropy that will eventually consume the gods. The Norse world is defined by this animalistic dread. The eagle perched at the top of Yggdrasil and the dragon Nidhogg gnawing at the roots create a universe under siege by its own fauna. The sacred animals are those that offer strength, like Odin's eight-legged horse Sleipnir. But the monsters are the reminders of the end. They represent the wild, untamable cold of the north that waits for the fire to go out, proving that the god's reign is but a brief moment between the jaws of the wolf. 3. Hanuman and the divine beast, Vedic devotion. The Mahabharata and Ramayana present a different view. The animal as a vessel for the highest divinity. Hanuman, the monkey god and commander of the Vanara army, is the supreme symbol of bhakti, devotion. He possesses the strength to carry mountains and the speed to outpace the wind. Yet he uses these powers solely in service to Rama. In the Indian tradition, the line between man, god, and animal is porous. The elephant-headed Ganesha removes obstacles, while the serpent Shisha serves as the bed of Vishnu upon the cosmic ocean. These sacred animals are the Vahanas, vehicles of the gods, showing that nature is not something to be conquered, but something to be honored and integrated. Hanuman teaches that even the most restless, animalistic mind can be transformed into a divine instrument through the power of love and selfless service. 4. The Sphinx and the Jackal, guardians of the threshold, Egyptian totems. As analyzed by Wallace Budge, Egyptian sacred animals were the physical manifestations of divine principles. The Sphinx, with its lion's body and human head, is the guardian of the horizon and the mystery of the sun. It represents the union of physical might and divine intelligence. The jackal-headed Anubis is perhaps the most vital animal figure. As the god of mummification, he guides the soul through the darkness of the tomb. The Egyptians did not worship animals. Rather, they recognized that certain animals possessed nature, divine energy. The falcon's sharp eye was Horus. The cow's nurturing nature was Hathor. These creatures were the living intermediaries between the desert sands and the celestial spheres, ensuring that the human world remained connected to the wild, magical pulse of the divine. 5. The Bozkurt, the ancestral light of the steppe, Turkic totemism. In Turkish mythology, as documented by Bahattin Ojal, the Bozkurt, gray wolf, is the most sacred symbol of the nation. It is not a monster to be feared, but a guide to be followed. The wolf represents the independence, the martial spirit, and the collective wisdom of the Turkic people. In times of existential crisis, the gray wolf descends from the light of the sky god to show the path through the mountains or the fog of war. Unlike the Western werewolf, the Turkic transformation into a wolf is an act of divine inspiration. The wolf is the ancestor, as seen in the Asina legend, and the protector of the family. Other sacred animals like the double-headed eagle, Semruk, guard the gates of heaven. For the people of the steppe, the animal world was a source of identity. To be a wolf was to be a warrior of the sky, a creature of both the earth and the infinite blue.